where hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And you know what, today we're going to be just talking about some action figures and some of the things that I've been kit bashing around and stuff like that. So this is the Covert Ops Condor Melloway figure, which I reviewed already. You can check that out. I threw Duster's pistol belt on. I just put it backwards. He's got his extra magazines in there and he's got his pistol. I think it kind of is hidden a little bit by the shirt. It'd be kind of cool to put some straps on here and maybe just kind of like glue something like right underneath the arm and make it look like a shoulder rig. It's too bad that when you look at Recondo and his shoulder, rig, he's got all this stuff up here. Gridiron Studios also has a shoulder rig, but it also has that strap that comes across the front. So it would be kind of cool if they made like a shoulder rig that kind of just hung down low, kind of like a regular old-fashioned 80s cop show, like Starsky and Hutch type thing he can wear underneath this shirt. So that would be kind of cool. Anyways, I wanted to show off some of the stuff that I got from Gridiron Studios. Again, this is the ghillie suit. Came with that sniper rifle. It's really cool. I got it decked out on a Recondo figure. Recondo's been on clearance in all my Targets, so I picked up a couple extras to do stuff. The radio actually fits right into that backpack portion right there, which is really, really cool. Anyways, this was the jetpack setup that I got from Gridiron, and what I did was I didn't really like the helmet that he had, which had that like visor. I wanted to do something different, so what I did was I gave him Breaker's helmet, which has these kind of colorful visor, which I think is a little bit nicer. And I thought what I would do is just swap helmets out with Breaker. So I gave Breaker the helmet that came from Gridiron, and I just took off that big visor piece because I didn't really like it that much. One of the other things that I just picked up from Gridiron Studios is this prop piece, which is the cigar setup. So these cigars are all molded in here, and you can see it's got the Gridiron Props logo right on the cigar box. I wish it did have like a lid. Mine didn't have a lid, so hopefully I didn't lose it. But anyways, like these two cigars come out, and so these two cigars do come out, and you can see they got that Gridiron logo right on the cigars, which is kind of nice. So you got like two full-size cigars that you could use, or you can just throw them back in the box to make it look like a full box. There was a half-size cigar, which I think looks kind of cool. And you can see I have it decked out with this figure here, which is basically CoverGirl with a head swap. And this is the short one that looks like it's being smoked. So it's kind of cool. Like if you pose it up, you know, like you can get like various stages, but I think this one's kind of cool with just like in the finger like that. And the figures hold on to it pretty well, so they're pretty decently designed. Now here's the trigger finger on my Selfie Series figure, and you can see the cigar there, and it did come with the puff of smoke. There were two of them. That's the one that I can still find for this video. But anyways, no, I'm just kidding. The other one's like lying around. I didn't want to have to stick it on the front of that cigar, but it did come with the two puffs of smoke, which is kind of cool. So if you position the hand right and stuff like that, you can kind of make it look like he's getting ready to smoke that cigar. You just have to get that right angle from the side. You're never gonna make it look perfect just because the mouths aren't open. If you had a figure with an open mouth, you could stick it in there and then he'll, you know, get the cigar posed in the mouth. So anyways, I wanted to show off a couple of other things that I picked up from Gridiron. Now it seems like I kind of went to town and got a whole bunch of stuff, but they were having some sales. They have something going on as I'm making this video. They're giving us away surprise weapons and stuff like that. So I got this one for free. When I made a purchase, they threw in this for free with your purchase. So that was actually really kind of cool to be able to get something extra. I think that's why I went ahead and got the cigars, because I knew I was getting something extra. So the prices of the cigars and this I thought was a pretty good deal. Now I did the same thing a couple weeks ago. I picked up a mask because I know that the Cobra eels are coming out and the Torpedo's coming out. So they had this like mask with these fins, and then I got an extra mask because you can always have somebody free dive down there with just a mask on. And then of course I got this set here, which is the breathing apparatus, and then there's a machine gun. I did get another weapon for free. Let me see if I can find that. All right, so because when I did that other order, they were giving this one away as well. This was a kind of cool. So this was a giveaway. I think this was the Memorial Day weekend one or the Father's Day weekend. No, I think the Father's Day was the cigars and the other weapon, but this one was like a freebie. It was a giveaway. You can see I got that. I put Chris Helmsworth's Thor head on. It fits pretty decently. It is a little wobbly there, so just a little bit of hot glue would like set that up, and that's supposed to be like kind of my extraction figure. If you saw our live stream, somebody posted that in the comments. Left Coast Graphics posted that in the comments, so I decided to throw that together after the show. So the plan is to take one of these Cobra troopers and turn him into kind of like a frogman. And so what I've done is I've already stripped my trooper of his armor because I think I just wanted him to be plain. And I think there's a couple of different ways to throw this on. Now it has this double-sided sticky tape, and I thought about it for a little bit. I could stick it on the front, and then, you know, the oxygen thing would just be like up on the mask, on the face. I think it would look fine. I think, though, that there's a way that you could get this on the back. And the cool thing about this is these things extend. So these things come way out. So theoretically, if I wanted to throw that on the back, right, those tubes go around the face and would sit on the front. So there's a couple of ways you could like attach that. And I think like attaching it on the back with those going around kind of makes a little bit more sense to me, because I would want to wear my tank on the back anyways. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to it. Yeah, so I did that. The double side is the sticky tape, the Teflon tape is actually pretty good because you could pull it off and re-stick it and pull it off and re-stick it if you don't get it perfect the first time, which is kind of cool. And it still gives him a little bit of ability to kind of look around. It also gives him the ability to kind of drop that if he wanted to. Like say he came up on land and you wanted to drop that little hose. I think it's kind of cool. And then the fact that that hose extends gives you some different types of manipulations you can do with it. And just laying it across the face looks pretty good for having like the rebreather on there. And then you don't have the tank on his front, which is kind of nice. It's on his back. And I think it looks pretty good. It did come with a couple of fins and the mask. Now the thing is with the mask, it's kind of cool because it's just printed, but you can see it's clear. There's actually nothing there. There's actually nothing there. It's not glass or anything. It's just clear. But I think it adds like the perfect effect because then you can clearly see right through it and it just slips right on. Okay, so with the light on, with the mask on, you could clearly see right through there, so you can see the eyes, which is really kind of nice. And then so it makes a big difference. Now they probably could have done some sort of like a plastic or something like that, but I think that's going to look fantastic for like photography or something like that if you got up really close so you can see that eye. Now the way that these fins go on is kind of interesting because they just go around the boot like that, and then the foot fits snugly just like that, and then the other one goes on and then just right around the ankle, and the boot fits snugly. So anyways, that's what your Cobra infantry guy will look like with his Gridiron Studios props, underwater gear. So when you get Torpedo and you're still waiting on your Cobra eels, you can definitely hook them up with some underwater baddies with your Gridiron Prop Studios Scuba outfit. And I think, wow, that looks kind of cool. So anyways, there you have it. Compilation of Gridiron Studio stuff. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And don't forget, everybody, have a fantastic day.